Hey loves, it's your relationship coach Janelle, and welcome to another episode of Response and React. Georgina Rodriguez played the long game. Now she's engaged to billionaire Cristiano Ronaldo. Sis waited, loved, secured the bag, and now she's got the ring. Patience really is a soft life strategy. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like and subscribe button, and if you're ready for deeper conversations, thoughtful prompts, and interactive activities to help you date smarter and softer, join my exclusive coffee community.
So Georgina Rodriguez and Cristiano Ronaldo announced their engagement. Congratulations to them. She more than deserves to be that man's wife. But can we talk about this ring for a second? What do you even do with a ring that big? That is a fucking boulder. I would go as far as to say a regular, everyday, non-famous woman could not walk around with this on their finger. That is literally a safety hazard. Could you imagine walking around Atlanta with this ring on your finger? Hell no. You would need 24/7 security. You would need the Secret Service.
If you guys haven't been paying attention to the news lately, then you probably didn't hear that Cristiano Ronaldo finally proposed to his girlfriend of almost a decade, and I really feel like I want to talk about this because this is tea. Here's Georgina's post in case you guys missed it. You can see that she posted the ring, which is huge. People are like, this is a huge rock. I'm like, girl, this is not a rock. I don't know what world you guys are from, but this is not a rock. This is a boulder. I don't know how she is carrying this up, but this is absolutely crazy. But we'll get back to that. Let's read the caption. She says, sí quiero en esta y en todas mis vidas, which translated means, yes, I do in this life and in all of my lives. I'm gonna be so for real with all of you guys right now. I never thought that he was gonna propose to her. I never thought. They have been together for almost a decade, and every time they asked this man about marrying her, she was like, yeah, that would be great. And he's like, nah. Like pretty much like always like, nah. And they have kids together. They have a few kids together. And if you guys recall, when he was going to go play for Saudi Arabia, they have like this whole rule that you can't live there together with a spouse unless you're married or something like that. I remember it flying around the internet. I specifically recall that after this whole announcement was made, he went to the government of Saudi Arabia, and he was like, yo, can I please have a special exemption since I'm playing soccer here so I don't have to marry my girlfriend? And I was like, girl, if your man is like, yeah, I'm not marrying her, let's go ahead and find a loophole around this, I would have definitely thought that it was never going to happen. But alas, I'm glad that I was wrong, because after a decade and her giving him a bunch of kids, he has finally proposed with that giant rock. Let's talk about the rock again, because apparently there are a lot of numbers being thrown around on how much this costs, and obviously it's ginormous, so we know that it costs a pretty penny. But apparently this ring has been estimated to be anywhere from $5 to $25 million. We at least know that he knew that he effed up by not proposing to her sooner. And he was like, you know what? The way I'm going to make up for it is with a ginormous freaking rock, a boulder, an asteroid. I think this should be a warning to all of you guys. If you're with somebody for that long and they haven't proposed, so this should be the way that they apologize. A ginormous ring. But anyways, guys, I'm very, very curious to know what you guys think about them getting engaged after almost a decade. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and don't forget to like and follow for more gossip, cheeseman, and all things tea.
I'm seeing a lot of girlies in the comments saying, oh, I could never. Oh, I'd be off by the 4th year. Oh, I could never. 9 years. Honey, this man has a net worth of 1 billion. And you in your sheen dress is saying that you're going to leave after a couple years. Honey, I don't care how long it takes me until I go grey up above and down below and red in the eyeballs. I am staying in that relationship for as long as. Have you seen that rock? That rock is the size of my cheap little Zara. Many people online want to give chatter, but 9 times out of the 10, these people in the comments, are they even in a relationship? Chatbots.
Before Ronaldo proposed to Georgina, People were calling her desperate or that she doesn't have any self-respect for staying so many years without a ring. Now he has proposed, people are still talking. Do you even hear yourselves? Cristiano and Georgina are not just a regular boyfriend situation. Let me tell you why. First of all, she had a huge monthly allowance. She got her own income through him. She managed to make her own Netflix show. She gets well-paid brand deals. And if they broke up tomorrow, even without a ring, she'd still be set for life. On top of that, she made him kids, so she's safe financially forever. How is that no self-respect when a lot of you stay for a lot less and a lot longer? Some of you have baby daddies who can't even afford basic child support. Now, in regards to the proposal, I heard a TikToker saying he never seen in his life a woman that worked that hard for a ring. What do you mean? As far as I know, she wasn't doing unpaid labor like most women do. No cooking, no cleaning. If she does cooking, it's probably for fun, not because she has to, which is a huge difference. Can you say that in your situation? I bet you can't. She did help raise the kids, 5 kids if I'm not wrong, but with resources, staff, and a massive allowance. That's not the same as struggling at home. Ring or not, it doesn't matter. You're just trying to be mean. You're just trying to project out there. Because even after he proposed, you'd be like, oh my gosh, the size of the ring is trying to compensate for all the years he didn't propose. Bro, he gave her the kind of life that many married men don't even give to the wife. And on top of everything, since they've been together, I never ever heard in my life one cheating rumor. Now, he probably cheated. I'm not saying he didn't. It's just that he didn't embarrass her publicly like others do. At least he was being respectful. You'll still choose to be frustrated. I'm gonna repeat myself. He poured into her. He did not take anything from her. He gave her. Because of him, she's someone now. She's known in the entire world. She has her own thing. She can have her own deals. She has her own work opportunities. She can make her own money, so she's going to survive, even without a ring. So please, stop pretending who'd walk away from a man who's rich, famous, good looking, not old, a man who takes care of you, a man who respects and treats you well, and all this just because he didn't propose. Stop bullshitting, please. You don't even believe yourself. You're trying to make other people believe you would, but you know you wouldn't. And the funny thing is that other people know you wouldn't too. Anyways.
Cristiano Ronaldo finally proposed to his girlfriend. They have 5 kids together and they just got
They
engaged.
have 5 kids? This is what I'm telling you, ladies. Take it easy. So what if you've been with your boyfriend for 26 years and you have 3 kids? Cristiano Ronaldo just proposed. It takes time.
I've never seen a ring this large in my
I saw the photos. Every girl was posting it. I'm like, your boyfriend works at Trader Joe's. That's a good job. He's a manager, but he'll never get you a $5 million ring.
Right. Damn, is that the lesson after this? Just like have kids with your boyfriend and marriage will come?
Yeah. Yes.
Cristiano Ronaldo proposes to Georgina Rodriguez. They're engaged since first started dating in 2016. So fellas, there's no rush. Take your time. You'll know when the time is right.
What on earth is going on here? Is this not the biggest lick someone could ever do? I see now why he didn't want to get married and she was ready to get married. I mean, she has sealed the deal, sealed it. Because you do not need all that. You don't need all that. That is ballistic. What do you need 5.6 million real estate? You don't need that. You do not need that. 2 yearly flights. You do not need. Do we know what need means? Need means if you don't have that, you're gonna die. What else? Paid luxury flights, 2 yearly vacations, 50 million in alimony after breakup. But, look, no disrespect to her, innit? This is more like figuratively speaking, because I know she's obviously the most beautiful girl in the world, and also she's got money. She's a businesswoman. She don't need all that. She don't need all that, guys. That's ballistic. That is ballistic. And just a quick point here. The way I look at it is, like, she never had none of that before, right? So, obviously she joined onto Ronaldo's thing, and now she has all of that, and she's been living the maddest life. So if we break up now, you think that you should continue living this mad life just because you've been living it with me? But I got it. And maybe I'm missing the point. Girl's gonna say because she's the mother of his kids and that. Yeah, still gonna pay you, but you don't need all this. Why do we get married again? Why do we get married? I can see why girls get married. I can see that this is a lick. I'd want to get married as well. Seal that shit in. But why would he want to get married? I don't understand. He's had her all these years. She's been faithful all these years. Like, now that we've got the ring, now what? Everything in the whole wide world and in relationships is all for the women, because I can't see why he would want this, anyone would want this. And the ring. So you need all of this, and then I gotta get you some expensive ring. You're getting a Haribo ring. You can buy your own ring. Bro. But also, like I said, no disrespect to Georgina, because this is more figuratively speaking. I'm sure, somebody in the comments is going to break it down as to why she needs all of that. And I hear it. She probably does.
Let's jump into my favorite part of all of the content I post on YouTube. And that's just my thoughts, where I get to kind of express what I feel about whatever we have read or gone over. So let's get into it. Recently, Cristiano Ronaldo and his longtime love, Georgina Rodriguez, have gotten engaged. As you saw in the clips, you saw the ring. The ring is ridiculously large, and a lot of people had a lot to say about it. And I wanted to put both perspectives in there, how women are seeing it, and then how broke men are perceiving it. So let's start with the first part, how women are perceiving it. Women who get it, get it. It would be a very unwise choice to make the type of time and physical investment into most men without a wedding ring. Hell, it would not be wise to make that investment with a man you married, to most men, that Georgina has made with Cristiano. They have 5 children together, and I believe one of their children sadly passed away after it was born a few years ago. So that's a lot. That's very hard on the body. Plus, she is helping raise, I believe, other children of his that he has. So she's raising a lot of children, and that is a big time investment. However, caveat, footnote, very important. This man was not poor when she met him. He met her, I believe, when she was working at a Gucci store back in 2016, and he was already famous and making multiple hundreds of $1 million, even tens of millions of dollars then when he met her. So she never had to build a man. I repeat, she never had to build a man. He was always in a very financially stable position. So she made the decision, could have been talking to friends, relatives, mothers, grandmothers, aunties, who knows, or just she loved him and wanted to be there. Do I think their relationship is genuine? Yes, I do. Do I think she's also very, very aware that she is with a man of very high means? He is a 1%, okay, in terms of income level. But not only that, he has put her in a financial position to always have, whether they're together or not. That's another key takeaway. She gets $100,000 a month, I believe. They're not married and she's getting this. Plus, if they were to part, she would still be getting child support for the children she is raising. And she's played stepmother probably so well that she would want to continue the relationship she had with the children that are not her biological children, and continue to parent. So it is she played her cards right, but she bet on the right horse. And I think this is a concept that a lot of people don't get. Granted, having kids before marriage, not something I don't recommend. Spending a long, long time with a partner, once again, something I don't recommend. However, on top of the allowance, on top of the financial security and investment she had with having children with a man of such high net worth, as well as he's setting her up, and she has her own businesses and brand deals and stuff, that if she would walk away today, Georgina gonna be okay. On her own, she earns her own money on top of what he would pay her, even if they weren't married, probably in palimony or support on top of child support to maintain a certain lifestyle, because he is at such a level of prestige in his field. Okay, because even if you're not a soccer fan, you know him as one of the few names you may know in his sport. He is that popular. He is that well paid. The man makes over $400 million a year, and his net worth is over $1 billion. So she definitely invested the time and other things that I wouldn't recommend most people invest, but she did it with someone who was already winning when she met him. He already had his bag when she met him, and she bet on the right horse and she played the long game. Hats off to her. I wish them well and a lot of happiness and a lot of love. Now, on the other side of this, you have broke men, poor men, putting themselves in the shoes and in the heads of billionaires. Men oftentimes, and I see this a lot with black men, oftentimes want to try to assess a situation beyond their tax bracket. Okay? They want to talk about what they would do and how women need to wait. They fail to understand. Georgina Rodriguez did not do this with some bummy dude making a regular or even small salary or even a regular pro athlete salary. She made the time investment, the physical investment in having all his kids, the emotional investment with a man who was already a part of a tax class that most of us will never cross paths with. So I wanted to highlight the last 3 videos to show the delusion of most everyday men. They want to try to say what they would do or what they think women should accept based on what a man who is far above their tax bracket can move. And that's the delusion I think a lot of men live in. Most women can understand how Georgina moves, how she did her thing, because she was a regular person who was working, and she crossed paths with a celebrity who was very well off, very well paid. They hit it off, and they proceeded to live a life together, and that's what they're doing. She played her cards right. She was patient. She's a great persona. People know her around the world as his girlfriend, as his long-term girlfriend, and she is doing what she needed to do. An everyday woman can relate to that. But the men who think that they can try to put themselves in Cristiano Ronaldo's shoes are delusional. And I think that is a huge problem with a lot of dating today. Men want to try to say what they would do based upon a man that is 25 tax classes above them. Not that that exists, but you know what I mean? Whose tax bracket, whose lifestyle, whose means, whose income is far above them. Because most of the men who I believe are saying this, these men don't even make $500,000 a year, much less 400 million. You see what I mean? So it's ridiculous that these everyday men have this expectation for women to wait for them to make decisions and wait for them to, ask them to marry them, and women need to be patient. No, they don't. Women need to shut it down. Women have a very clear understanding of why Georgina decided to take the route she took because of the person she was doing it with. But these men who have podcast mics sitting in a basement who don't make a hundredth of what Cristiano Ronaldo makes feel that women need to treat them in the same way and make the same type of investment. And that's not realistic, and it's delusional. And that, I think, is the disconnect a lot of times with dating. And social media, I think, drives a lot of that, too, where you have people trying to say what they would do based upon what celebrities do. And you're like, you're not them. You don't have the money. You don't have the access. You don't have the privileges. You don't have what they have to do what they do. And you can't expect a woman to treat you like a woman treats a celebrity a very, a CEO, a billionaire. You're not them, my guy. And that right there is a reality that I think far too many men fail to realize about why women wouldn't be patient with them. Now, if Cristiano Ronaldo was just he's a very attractive man, was just a regular guy who worked a regular job, he may have a long-term girlfriend, even if he didn't marry her, because he's still a very attractive man and he's tall. So he probably still could, he would still bag a baddie, I think, wherever he was at in life. But the point is, I highly doubt a woman would have had 5 kids with him without him being in the financial position that he was in and providing. See, that provision was there far before the ring was there. And you have these everyday guys who are on podcasts in a basement who, want to fight women over paying for a first date for dinner. Like they don't understand. They are not moving the way that Cristiano moves, so they can't expect the same treatment from women that Cristiano is going to, receive. So do let me know your thoughts below about this situation. I'm very happy for them. I wish them well in marriage. And she played the long game, but she played the long game with the right person, with the right player. She bet on the right horse there.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Response and React. Georgina Rodriguez played the long game. Now she's engaged to billionaire Cristiano Ronaldo. Listen, sis didn't just get love. She got lifestyle, legacy, and the ring. That's not luck, that's strategy. If you love today's breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I always want to hear your thoughts. And if you're ready to take these lessons beyond celebrity tea and apply them to your own dating life, join my exclusive coffee community. Inside, you'll find thoughtful questions, journal prompts, and interactive activities designed to help you date with intention, avoid struggle love, and step fully into your soft life era. And of course, if you're ready for personalized one-on-one coaching, those links are down below as well. Until next time, this is your relationship coach, Janelle, reminding you, patience plus strategy equals results.